This Silvally Rampardos deck is coming into the meta as a potential S tier deck. I'm having a ton of success on this deck right now, currently peaking top 10 on the master ranked ladder, using mainly this deck along with the Buzzwole EX deck I made a video on the other day. The idea of this deck is that you start off with the guaranteed type null turn 1, and then with Gladion and Research you have really good odds of finding the Silvally already on turn 2. Then later in the game you can bring in the Rampardos to finish the game off. I'm opting for one Giovanni, mainly for the mirror matchup. Being able to do 110 damage onto the opposing Silvally is really important when going first because you can't get any chip damage with type null. It also allows the Rampardos to hit the 140 HP threshold of both Darkrai and Buzzwole EX, which are really popular in the meta right now. I'd been testing 2 Giovanni, but decided to stick with the safety of 1 Sabrina and Iono for consistency at the moment. 1 Poké Center Lady because I noticed matches where I could have won with even just a little bit extra healing, and it's a supporter card which this deck really wants. I really wanted to fit 1 Giant's Cape in the deck, and I still might do it, but because it's not a supporter card, and the prevalence of Guzma, I couldn't justify its position in the deck, even though it can help you potentially survive one-shots that are really popular in the meta right now. In my opinion, the worst cards in this deck that you could potentially replace right now are Sabrina and Iono, but that's up to you. In this video, I over-explain my every decision, so stick around to learn some tricks on this deck. Now let's jump into the gameplay. Going second into a Dark matchup, I'm going to assume some sort of Darkrai. Okay, so it looks like Darkrai, Giratina, Nihilgo, but it could still be the Guzzlord version. Going second is huge on this deck, so we should be at an advantage here. Poison Barb doesn't really give away any information just yet because they run this in the Darkrai and the Guzzlord version. I think the Guzzlord deck will be a bit easier of a matchup, so hopefully reversing that. But either way, going second is a big advantage. Okay, so this guy's actually running Paldean Clodsire. That's interesting, I haven't seen people pairing that with Nihilgo yet, but it does make sense. Not really too much to think about right now. I guess the question is, do I attack now or do I just wait? We're always one-shotting, so I'm not going to bother attacking. No point taking any chip damage just yet, especially when the Silvally one-shots next turn. If I didn't have a supporter in hand, I might consider attacking there. But since we have 2 good playable supporters, there's no reason to attack. Because you have to remember, even with the Nihilgo stacking, that would be 30 damage per tick. So I would have took 60 damage over the course of the turn if I'd attacked there. It's crazy that these cards stack, these 2 stack on top of each other. So not really too much to think about. I'm just going to evolve both cards and then Gladion. We'll hold on to the Iono. So the Paldean Clodsire is actually going to finish off the Silvally because of the poison. We should still be in a good position considering neither of these guys are poisoned. So he's only going to be doing 60 damage to both of these guys. Unlikely. I mean, he's only got 7 cards left in the deck, so that there is a good chance that he has his second Poison Barb. It's not impossible for him to have that. I think we have about 2 or 3 turns to pick up Rampardos. He's thinking pretty hard about something. Okay, so it looks like he's sending away Paldean Clodsire to look for second Paldean Wooper. I would imagine that's what he's doing. Unless there's other Pokemon that he's running in his deck. But he opts not to play it. So maybe he's running another basic that I don't know about. This is actually an important decision because if I decide to put type null in the center, I'm not going to have a chance to retreat him until either I evolve or he dies because of the 2 retreat cost. But since we don't have Rampardos just yet, I am going to go with type null. We just need to get this guy below 130. Yeah. That's fine. But this guy's actually weak to fighting as well, so... If he doesn't have healing, we're going to be one-shotting with Rampardos. Even if he has healing, I run 1 Giovanni, which would allow me to do 160. And since he's running a poison deck with double poison barb, he probably doesn't have space to put in a Giant's Cape. But he does have healing. He also one-shots the Clodsire now because he's doing 20 with the Darkrai. I mean, even with all this, he's making the game closer, but I don't see how he wins because he still has to go through the 150 of Rampardos. If he had his second Poison Barb, he would have a good chance though. 1 in 9 Giovanni for the win on the spot. Yeah. May as well use Gladion to thin the deck out so that I have a better chance of drawing Giovanni. So he basically needs to retreat now, but he's going to have no energy to attach. Unless he's using Leaf. Got 5 cards left in the deck. Even with Leaf. Let's see what he goes for. He has to retreat. So Cyrus wins me the game on the spot. I'm running 1 Cyrus. And he opts to concede. GG. Going second into a grass deck, I'm going to assume Buzzwole EX. Okay, so he's running Stoutland. What could he be pairing with that? Would he be running Buzzwole in a Stoutland deck? Maybe. It's possible. Okay, so it's Meowscarada, Stoutland. That's interesting because they're both 1 prizes, so it's going to be tricky getting through all of these 1 prizes. You could make an argument for holding Professor's Research here because I don't have another supporter to play next turn. So I might save Research here. No reason not to play both fossils down though. Right, I'm just gonna hold on to Research here. I think it's fine. Basically guarantees that I do have a playable supporter next turn if I do draw the Silvally. You could make an argument that I was supposed to play Research there to increase the odds of drawing Gladion to guarantee the Silvally. But I'm fine doing this. So he's going to need Giovanni to one-shot this type null next turn. Wouldn't surprise me if he is running Giovanni though. I already have Rampardos. Silvally can't even attack either, can it? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, even if I did get Silvally, it wouldn't be able to attack because of the Stoutland ability. That's actually going to be quite annoying. Because the Rampardos is going to cost 2 energy to attack. Not too much to think about though, I guess I'll just attack. I guess in a world where he has Giovanni I get punished right now. But it's important that I do attach because to the type null so that next turn when I Iono... Damn, this guy's running Team Rocket Grunt as well. Definitely an annoying deck that he's running. Not sure how good it actually is though. Definitely seems interesting. Now I'm going to Iono to try and find Silvally. Okay, I hit the top deck anyway. I still need to Iono so that I can do the 100 though. Don't see a reason not to play the type null on the board. I'm not going to lie, this is the first time in existence that I've ever had 3 energy on the Silvally. Even after playing like 50 games on this deck, I've never had 3 energy on Silvally before. That's definitely interesting. Yeah, I think after taking the first prize, in a matchup like this where both sides are using 1 prizes, it should be a 1 game from this position. Let's see, this Meowscarada is going to have 140 HP. I guess I'll just heal to 70 so that he's going to need Giovanni and Meowscarada to deal with the Silvally. Should be GG from here. Very unlikely that he has Meowscarada into Giovanni. And even if he did, I still have Type Null and Rampardos for him to go through. I would probably just send Rampardos in if he did have that really specific combo, which he can't do anymore. He does have the Meowscarada, but too little too late, to be honest. I'm just going to retreat into Rampardos now and start swinging. You can never kill the Rampardos, so there's no reason to be cautious here. And he does finally concede because he realises it's over. GG. Going first into the mirror matchup, I assume. Okay, so this guy's running a Golem deck. It's cooking pretty hard right now. Let's see how it works out for him. Is there a world where I hold on to research here? So we always play Fossil. No, there's no world to hold on to research because I already have Gladion in hand for next turn, so we'll be fine. Well, Mars a red card would destroy me right now, but nothing we can really do about that. You could make an argument for holding on to research turn 1, but since I'm going first, I feel like I'm at a disadvantage. I feel like I need to play as greedy as possible right now. So I guess his game plan is to hide behind the Snorlax while evolving and building up for Golem. There's a couple different Golems that he could be running. Okay. I'm going to quickly check how much health the middle evolution has. So both Gravelers have 100 HP. The thing is, this Geodude's one-shotting my Type Null, so I feel like I kind of have to evolve right now. It's kind of annoying. Could potentially Gladion to look for the other Type Null, but then the only supporter I have next turn to play is Sabrina, and I want to deal with this Geodude. I guess the play here is to just evolve to Silvally and hope that he doesn't have Rare Candy into Golem. Another out he could potentially have is Graveler plus Giant's Cape. Would get him above 100. Thing is, even if he has Golem, I'm pretty sure that card has like a 4 energy attack or maybe a 3 energy attack. I'm going to assume he's using the Golem that does 160 damage. Would potentially Sabrina now to guarantee take down one of the Geodudes. Does that make sense to do? If I push 100 onto Snorlax, there's a really good chance he's running Illimer, and he might return the Snorlax to hand. He could also be running Barry in his deck, but that's not really a factor for this turn. Do I want a Sabrina? Thing is, if I top deck Silvally next turn, 1 in 10, I'd be really sad for not using the Gladion. I could just do the 50, sorry. And that way, I still have the Gladion for next turn. But then if he has any sort of healing, I'm screwed. I won't be able to finish the Snorlax, so I'm just going to push the 100 now. Hold on to the Sabrina for now. Even if I manage to take down one Geodude, he still has the other one, so I feel like it doesn't really matter. Also, this Snorlax could turn into a threat later on in the game with Barry. We'd only need 2 energy plus Barry to be able to do 100. See, look, I knew he had Illimer. That's fine, though. There was no guarantee he had it in hand, so I feel like I still made the right play. Let's see. I guess I just used Giovanni. Still holding on to Sabrina, because next turn if he sends his Snorlax in and he doesn't have Rare Candy into Golem, which it seems like he's struggling to find. Should I evolve now? Don't see why not. But yeah, I can use Sabrina to potentially pick off the final Geodude, and once both Geodudes are down, he doesn't have a win condition anymore. And it looks like he is struggling to find Rare Candy plus Golem. He's used both Research. Well, 1 in 6 to find the card he needs. Looks like he just top decked that as well, so I feel pretty comfortable that he doesn't have. Yeah. But now the Sabrina play doesn't work. Gladion is also a useless card now. That was a reason to hold on to the Silvally in hand so that for Gladion. But there you go. If you were like me and thinking there's no reason not to play the Silvally there, the Gladion was a reason not to. Rookie mistake by me. I guess I just push 50. Or do I Sabrina now? Yeah, I have to Sabrina now because next turn I need to Sabrina to do the 100 if I don't top deck a playable supporter. So I may as well use the Sabrina now. Second Illimer would be kind of sad for me, but you can't play around every card. So imagine if I'd held Silvally in hand, my Gladion would have been playable. I would have had a really good chance in this game. Because for some reason, you can play Gladion when Silvally's in hand, but not when he's on the board. Okay, so we finish this guy off. He one-shots Silvally. I do 70, which puts him to 90, and then Rampardos will finish off, so... Seems like a pretty solid game plan. Just thinking if I want to retreat right now. I think the play is to retreat because the Silvally's damaged, and I can't play Poké Center Lady onto the non-damaged Silvally, and I might need to play BCL next turn. So retreating there is really important. And if I still had Sabrina, I could have potentially pulled the Snorlax and then just kept the Snorlax in the center. Although he is probably running a second Illimer, so that line probably wouldn't have worked. How many cards are left? 6 cards, so I need to find Rare Candy. I think I have 2 turns to find Rare Candy. Brock. Who a Brock? No one ever plays him. At least this random Japanese player's showing Brock some love. Now we're pushing 70 damage. And then theoretically the Rampardos is going to come in for the final kill. If I can find Rare Candy. And there he is. I don't know why I called Rare Candy a he. But apparently he is. But what could he do to survive? My Rampardos is doing 100 damage next turn. So as long... So wait, a single Giant's Cape gets him above the threshold actually. And this card is surprisingly tanky. He has Lily. This actually might be a sleeper deck, by the way. Crazy how tanky this card is. But yeah, he does manage to actually beat me, so GG. Wait, maybe it isn't over actually. Maybe it isn't over. Would have really liked to see Fossil there. Because he can't one-shot my Rampardos. Let's see. So next turn I'm doing 100. So he would need exactly second Lily. He's only got 1 card left in the deck, so yep, second Lily beats me. But in a world where he doesn't have healing there, I could potentially go for the tie if I top deck Fossil. But yep, that doesn't happen. So I'll let him get the kill. GG. Going first into an electric deck, I'm going to assume some sort of Zeraora Tapu Koko deck is what I was going to say, but it looks like he's running Pawmot. Wonder what he's pairing with that. Maybe Oricorio? Maybe still running Zeraora? Yeah, going first is a massive disadvantage on this deck, but You're going to be going first 50% of the time, so you have to make do with that, don't you? We have Silvally coming down next turn. I might just not even evolve and just attack. Really need to find Fossil, so I might Iono next turn. Although I am sad getting rid of Cranidos and Rampardos. I guess we'll see what I top deck. So this guy's running Pawmot, Baby Tapu Koko. I'm going to assume he's running Oricorio as well. It would make sense. Okay, so I do have to Iono this hand. I'm just going to check how much health Pawmot has. So Pawmot has 140 HP. The 40 damage from type null might actually be relevant. Although if he evolves with Rare Candy, he one-shots the type null anyway because Pawmot does 70 damage. So I guess I have to evolve. And just hope he doesn't have Rare Candy into Pawmot. Let's see. I am going to Iono because I need to find another basic right now to even stay in the game. Assuming he has his combo. Okay, so Fossil was important, that's what I was looking for. Jam all these guys down so I don't get hit by Mars. But if he doesn't evolve right now, his Pawmi is dying. Oh, so he's got the evolution, okay. I could just retreat into Skull Fossil. Wait, what does this do? The ability? Okay, so I can one-shot Pawmot with Rampardos next turn. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go for, the one-shot. Don't need to waste Giovanni because we're super effective. Could have potentially used Sabrina, but I'm fine with holding on to the Sabrina because I might need to deal with this Pikachu next turn, and if he doesn't have another basic, I can pull the Pikachu in. He needs Dawn right now to do a Tapu Koko attack. So he could be running either a Alolan Raichu or Genetic Apex Raichu. I don't think he'd be running Mythical Island Raichu. But he's potentially doing 140 damage with this Pikachu. Okay. So I think I am going to Sabrina in the Tapu Koko to kill it because Raichu is a 3 energy attack. And he's not getting an extra energy from anywhere. Let's see. Wait, what does this guy do? So if he needs exactly Giovanni to be able to kill both Rampardos and Silvally right now. I am going to attach to this Silvally. We have Giovanni in hand, which basically means we're guaranteed to do 100 unless he uses Mars to get rid of that. This game should be in the bag. The scariest card to see right now would be Giovanni, so that he'd be able to take out both Rampardos and Silvally in one. It's an interesting deck he's cooked up. I'm not sure how good it actually is, but it's good to see people experimenting with different types of decks. I've never played this card in my life though, not gonna lie. I've played a bit of Tapu Koko on the last set with Oricorio because I felt like it was a good combo. And he does concede, GG.